She was stood on the stage at rehearsal. She said, "Louise," we were all sitting down, the company, "I'm throwing you out because you want life handed to you on a silver salver." This is in front of everyone, and I was sitting there in a chair in the orchestra pit, cringing. After all, I was only 17. I didn't know what was the matter.
She makes self-destruction attractive, and she also makes it, you know, it isn't even quite that. It's that she's against the way things are set up, particularly the way things are set up between men and women.
She had the courage to be who she was. She wasn't imitating Mary Pickford or Clara Bow. She was herself.
Miss White, I believe.
Oh, hello, Tony.
Going my way?
Maybe. What's the percentage?
I was fascinated by what she knew. She read a lot of philosophy, but she was always reading. And I said, "Louise, I read a lot because I'm a librarian. Why do you read so much?" And she would say to me, "I'm looking for the truth. There's truth out there. I have to find the truth because there's so much bullshit around and it's all lies. And I don't want to know about lies."
Louise had aspirations.
I wanted to be a dancer, a great dancer.
Louise had returned to Wichita and had her dance studios here.
This is 110 North Hillside in Wichita, Kansas. This is where Louise Brooks had her dance studio.
She was too smart to be able to put up with what she was supposed to put up with as an attractive woman. All the things that we're supposed to believe about success,
Yes.
and about what you need to be happy, and about what you need to be someone that people pay attention to, she goes against all of that. There's great perversity.
So I wasn't interested in pictures, and it was all too easy anyhow. You see, I went first class from the start.
924?
I have no
I
idea.
think that is 924.
It's the same photo.
She talked about a book, and that was Naked on My Goat, that she was that she had written. But she said that she tore it up and burned it up, and because she didn't want people to know all that about her.
So much that's attractive about Louise Brooks is dark, is transgressive, and it still very much is transgressive. She rose from the ashes and she became something else, and it's almost like she was looking at this thing that she was, and out of meaninglessness, she as an older woman made meaning through writing. It's like a different person.
I was wondering if you could tell me your brother Martin's birthday. I know he was born in 1905, and you were born, of course, in 1906. Do you know his birthday right offhand?
He's dead, so I know that.
All of our conversations over tea were literary conversations.
Merry Christmas from Mother to Louise.
1920. So she'd be.
She's born in
14.
07. Can you?
I will find out. He's a bit faint.
I know, I was thinking about that. There's lots of things that you can barely see anymore.
I think Louise's relationship with her mother is the crux of the whole enigma of her character.
It's almost like, as an older woman, she had hardened herself to these vices. These are my vices, and here they are.
It must have been really startling for women to see what Louise and her generation was pushing, you know, and it must have been alarming.
She was a woman ahead of her time. I am continually impressed by the stories that we uncover, showing a very brave and intelligent woman.
Have you seen any of those journals that they have? And there's 30 of them, I believe. They're all by letter. So it's A through Z and then A, B, A, C, A, D, you know. And they all have an index. Some of them have it on the front, some of them have it on the back, or they have both. All the pages are numbered. And then there's a master binder that directs you to all of the other ones. It's insane.
Too much time.
Yeah, absolutely. That is somebody who had a moving mind who was stuck in her apartment for, what was it, 3 decades or?
I don't know. And why? Why is she stuck there?
Which took me back to the first night I met her, when she was writing in the books, saying this is all lies. And I found out later it was stuff about her in the books that she was crossing out. wrong dates, wrong things, things that never happened, said she was at this party or that party. She said, I was never at that party. That was Hollywood making things up.
I hated Hollywood anyhow. I just detested it. I said, well, I'll quit. And I went to Berlin and made the Box of Pandora.
He did tell me once when I was having trouble, I was crazy. He said, you know, he said, you remind me, the way you act reminds me of your Aunt Louise sometimes, because she just will get something. She gets a bee in her bonnet and just cannot shake it. Won't let it go when the best thing to do would be let it go. I feel like the truth that we are able to fight for is the truth that we have to believe somehow defines us, right or wrong. I mean, it just is. And so I think sometimes that might be the bee in the bonnet.
This was highly disapproved of, I guess.